throw out some things that, parents need to be aware of as well, brother.
All right. Well, first, parental control. Okay. That's first key. When everything is online, everything is digital. You can't go to physical places, but most kids are going to say, hey, mom, can I get the credit card? I need V-Bucks for Fortnite or whatever game. So you need to make sure you have parental control, knowing where your money goes, because there are some horror stories where kids buy over $300 worth of virtual items for a game that's going to last for about a year. Okay, so parental controls with that. You can also use parental controls for your consoles and your PC to actually stop the game, right? So 2 hours, if it's going past 2 to 3 hours, gaming recommends every hour that you take a break, you stretch, you move your eyes around, because that creates eye strain and you don't want to get blood clots, right? So some people game 4, 5, 6 hours. Now, I'm one of those people, but I make sure I take a break and stretch and do that often. Second, you need to make sure moderation is key. One thing that helped me also have control, I think is a mental thing, is my parents will not let me play the video game Monday through Friday. Friday.
That's good.
That was the thing. Monday through Thursday, you cannot touch that game, right? Monitor TV, but you need to make sure you're doing your homework, and education is key. That way, you can also reward your kid, because they'll be looking forward towards the weekend, right? So more family time, but also playing video games. So you connect that piece. So that's a psychological thing. And other warnings is just make sure that you monitor your kids when they're gaming with those headsets. When they go into those multiplayer games like Call of Duty, there could be a lot of racism, could be a lot of slurs. Just make sure that you monitor and take care, because you can actually connect your Bluetooth to that video chat to listen what they're talking about. So
that's actually a big one.
Yeah, big key.
And then, and what about like, as far as like, again, they're virtual, but the notion of connecting with people and, guardrails so that you can either train your kids, hey, this is just a game, do not meet anybody from all of this. Like, what are your recommendations there, dude?
Recommendations there is this, kind of like what I did when I started my Twitch. I didn't put my face up. I didn't put any type of information. So make sure your kid does not divulge or say anything about location. The next thing I would say is state. I'm from this state, and that's it. Age is also, but you need to make sure that you watch your kids' friend list as well. What I would do is I would monitor your kids' friend list. Ask them each and every one. Every kid is going to have 1,000 friends, but they're going to have 3 to 4 that they always talk to. They're always going to play Call of Duty. They're always going to play whatever game with. You need to make sure that you ask those kids, ask your kid, who are these people? Where are they from? And if it comes to push comes to shove, let me talk to them personally.
Man, fellas, I hope y'all are paying attention. Ladies too, because y'all tune into what we're talking about. But this is applicable to anybody with kids who are in gaming. There's a huge upside. I mean, kids can go to college for free. There's opportunities. Right. There are people making millions and millions and millions of dollars gaming right now. That is legit. But there's a double-edged sword to this, because on the flip side of it, you have to monitor, especially minor kids, their interactions. A couple of the tips that Cleveland left, he was saying, you got to monitor, spending, because some of these games have in-game purchases and you can blink and, the kid to spend a few $100 or more, right, buying things within the game. And so you have to put stop gaps or guardrails in place, but be very mindful of that. Another one is time limits. He said the gaming consoles or the games recommend you to take a break every hour. But a lot of people don't always do that. But there are some dangers to staying locked into a game for a considerable amount of time. Put time limits on your kids. One of the things he mentioned was his parents didn't allow him to play games Monday through Thursday. So it was kind of a weekend thing, which could also be leveraged as a reward. And it's funny you say that. My mom, Maggie Dorsey, will probably nod her head listening, because she did that with games and with TV. Yeah. So during the week, man, it was struggling. It was like the struggle bus in regards to playing our Nintendo and watching TV every so often, like the Cosby Show or something like that. But yeah, but that's why we went ham on TGIF on Friday nights. We were like, man, shoot, we've been deprived all week. So, but anyway, moderation is a recommendation. Another thing that he says, if your kids are playing on these platforms, location blindness. Make sure that your kids keep basically don't give away specific locational information about themselves. So the most they could probably give away is maybe their state, but even then you probably need to just encourage them to not give any information out about their real name, where they're located, and all of that, because there are some savory characters out there. And so as they interact with people out there, you think about interacting with strangers, make sure that your kids are location blind, meaning they don't give away information as to where they physically are. And then also, and this is the last one that he dropped, which is extremely important, make sure to go through your kids' friend list. And I would say if your kids, under a certain age, if they're on social media, you need to do the same thing as well. You need to go through if they got an iPhone, go through their contacts. If they got a regular phone, you need to go through all of that and see who they're connecting with, who they're texting. I think that's extremely important as well. Again, under a certain age, because you just want to protect your kids, because sometimes they don't know what they don't know. And it's our job as dads, as fathers, as Black men to protect them. So fellas, pay attention. Cleveland dropped some gems there for the kids who are gaming, because that's just the reality of what's going on, but to be mindful of, so that, they can have a good time, but you can protect them in the process.